The first number is serial number 158.
This is the Army, Mr. Jones. No private room or telephone. You had your breakfast in bed before, but you won't have it there anymore.
Have you got any time? You have a few minutes. We'd love to show it to you. The bus is, we're actually walking right on there right now. If you get time right now, and we can get you on, sharing your 2 cents if you're interested.
On Friday, November 6th, the Lennon Bus parked outside the Miami VA.
You ready to go? Okay, good morning to everyone. My name is Hollis Hamilton.
We provided local veterans the opportunity to come on board the bus and share with us their stories of time spent in the service.
Hi, my name is Clifford McDougall. I was in the Air Force.
Some spoke of the reasons why they enlisted to serve their country.
The reason that I joined rather than being drafted is I had the opportunity to go to school. I was promised I would get 2 years of college in 1 year.
Others spoke of the tragedy, pain, and losses they experienced in the depths of war.
Painful, because I never knew pain like I seen it. Out of 100 people in my platoon, we all left Charlie Company, Fort Bliss, El Paso, Texas. And out of 100 people, only 5 came back. And the scary thing about it, in that foxhole, there was, I don't know if you want to hear all this, in the foxhole, there was David.
Some discussed the circumstances they face upon returning home.
And when I got back home, people told me that I had changed. They said that I was acting strange, different, etc. And I looked at them and I felt the same towards them.
Some shared their confusions as to why peace has become a path so hard to find.
Between me and you, we know that peace is so easy to be done. I mean, we want peace, just put the guns down. Put everything down. So simple, don't kill each other.
And some attempt to explain the unexplainable.
How can you explain what you would do in an emergency? You can't explain. You just go and do it. Whatever has to be done. I was on a crew, whatever where the pilot went. I was a radio operator on the crew, and we went. We did our job. I'm fortunate. We lived through it all right. Others were a little bit unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Check out these links to the brave men and women that came on board the bus that day and shared their stories with us.
This is the Army, Mr. Green. We like the barracks nice and clean. You had a housemaid to clean your floor, but she won't help you out anymore. Do what the buglers command. They're in the Army and not in a band. This is the Army, Mr. Brown. You and your lady went to town. She had you worried, but this is war, and she won't worry you anymore. So she won't worry you anymore.
That just came down.
Later that day, we had the opportunity to check out some of the facilities inside the VA. The music therapy room is of course one that we had to check out, being the Lennon Bus and all. There we met Caesar, who's a veteran of the Iraq War and now an advocate of the music therapy program. He explained to us how prior to the war, he wasn't musical at all, but returning home, he found difficulties in dealing with his post-traumatic stress. Initially, Caesar turned to drugs and alcohol to help cope. Then, he discovered the music therapy program. Caesar has now been clean for months, and he's attending college, and he attributes his life's 180 to his involvement in the music therapy program. Later, he came down to the bus and performed a song he had just learned by Sheryl Crow called Put Your Picture Away. He explained to us the connection he had with the song, and then provided a heartfelt rendition. To check out more of the Music Therapy Room, click here. To check out Caesar's entire performance, click here.
I can't look at you while I'm lying next to her.
Over the weekend, we opened our doors to the general public. Helen Snap came on board the bus during this time, and she blew us all away with her stories. She was a pilot during World War II, and if you didn't know women were pilots during World War II, no worries. Click here to hear her whole story. She is one tough cookie. We also took a day trip to meet Marshall Bergson. Marshall is an extraordinary man that invited us into his home to share his rich history and many accomplishments with us. Marshall fought in World War II and was amongst the first Allied forces to liberate concentration camps. Be sure to check out his story here. Meanwhile, back at the bus, the crew is interviewing Elaine Seven. She's the author of Soldier at Home, a coloring book dedicated towards the young boys and girls that have parents overseas. They are in a battle of their own, trying to learn to live without their parents not always available. To learn more about Elaine and her book, click here. We would like to thank all of those that contributed their letters, poems, thoughts, feelings, memories, stories, pictures, videos, and more. We wrapped up the week with the bus's participation in the Veterans Day Parade as we reflected on all those that we met during the week and all those we still have to thank and honor for their service to our country. So this November 11th, let us honor our veterans like no veterans before, with our promise to never call on their courage again. Those that have stormed the beaches of Normandy, marched the sands of Iraq, fought the jungles of Vietnam, and hiked the hills of Afghanistan, may their courage be the last given. May those fallen be the last taken. May we move forward as one world away from the insanity we've come so accustomed to living in, and into the humanity we all deserve. And may we finally give peace a chance.
Let us pray that peace be now restored to the world, and that God will preserve it always. These proceedings are closed.
Okay? What song would you like to hear on the drums?
What's your best one?
I don't have a best one.
Do you have a favorite?
Trying to think. My grandkids play with these now, and they kind of get jimmied around a little bit. But let's see, I got it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're all backwards, but and the hi-hat doesn't work. That's an excerpt from Sing, 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 done very poorly. That's the landlady's knock on the door. That's what it sounds like.
Still got it.
That's awesome.
It always ends with a.
That's the end for